still here, and this time I'm going to talk about my December TBR. It is Christmas break, and I just got home from my college town, and the first thing I did, of course, was jump into bed last night and pull out a book that had nothing to do with school or art history, as much as I enjoy both of those things. So I am very excited to get back into my break pleasure reading routine. And so here is a quick rundown of books I hope to read over Christmas break. In reality, I know that I probably won't get through all of them, but we're just gonna try. Also, I like to read multiple books at once. I don't know if any of you prefer to do that, but I'm really bad at just sitting down with one book and reading it cover to cover. I like to have a couple different ones, preferably like totally different types of book going on at once, and I'll read like a little bit of each in one sitting. And kind of mixes things up, and then it gets me more curious about what's going on in all of them because there's like so many things happening. So I just started my first December TBR book. I'm only like 5 pages into it, but I mentioned it in my Backwardsy book haul when I had to return it to the library, and it is Fools by Joan Silber. I started this last night, and I think I'll put it on that side. I started this last night. I think I'm really gonna like it, and it is a contemporary novel that explores when people find it appropriate to be a fool for something. And so far, it's following a girl that's a little bit older than me. The writing style is really like unique to me. I can't put my finger on why I find it so different, but of course it's going to be written through the perspective of each character that each vignette follows. But this girl is like smart and kind of whimsical, and at the same time like really kind of defeatist about the things she's leaving behind. She's leaving a religious background to become an anarchist activist, and you like empathize with her because for some reason she's like really gung-ho about this new life change, and then as soon as she starts exploring it, it like starts going badly. So I'm only a few pages in. Like I said, I don't know this character very well, and I haven't met the others, but I think that I'm really going to like this book, and maybe when I'm done, I'll do a little write-up for you. The next book is An Object of Beauty by Steve Martin, which, as you can see, I picked up at the discount section at Barnes & Noble. I actually started reading this book in July, kind of as like my nighttime book, and it's a novel about an art history student, so I'm excited. And also it's Steve Martin, so it's like a light like pleasure read. Like it's both charming and like kind of smart, and I look forward to finally getting around to finishing this. If you have any thoughts on An Object of Beauty, you should let me know, because I've heard good things, but I haven't heard like details. I've just heard like, oh, you should read that, especially because you like art. So I like art. I like books about art. And this is a novel, like a fiction story about art history. That like really excites me because that's like not something I get to read very much. So the next book that's on my December TBR, my granny actually sent me for my birthday, and I haven't gotten a chance to look at it yet, but this one is an art history book, and it is Leonardo and the Last Supper by Ross King, and it is all about, as you can guess, Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, and it is kind of like a pop study on the context of the Last Supper and Leonardo, and maybe some of like other, I don't know, controversial things that surround it, but I'm excited. It's gonna be really cool. Hopefully I'll get to this sometime soon. So the next book on my December TBR is actually another book that I received for my birthday last year. My aunt and uncle sent me this groovy ditty called Understanding Comics, The Invisible Art. And it is a comic book about the art and the history of comics and their role in not only visual art, but kind of culture at large. And I'm really excited to look at this. This is going to be a lot of fun, and this probably will get finished on my December break. They sent it to me because I know that I study art and literature, and they thought this would be kind of a fun hybrid of the two that is both like quirky and a good book to read to relax from the formal study of both of those things, but also like a really neat introduction to a type of art that I don't really know a lot about. So I look forward to reading this, especially since when I was younger, I did kind of get into like the graphic novel and manga for a little bit and always really liked it. So this will be hopefully like a cool thing. So I will let you know how this goes. And of course, to follow that up, I actually do have a graphic novel. I have V for Vendetta, and it is the original graphic novel. I started to read this past semester because we had just like one day in a class where we were discussing this, and I wasn't able to finish the whole thing, but we only spent a class period talking about it, so it was a pretty quick introduction anyway. So this book I will probably finish as well, Christmas break, because it is a light read, but the pictures are awesome. So this is kind of like a cool pairing, and I look forward to maybe exploring this type of book in the near future. So that's it for my December TBR. It's a whole bunch of books from a whole bunch of sources, whether they be gifts or textbooks I didn't get to finish, or I read really quick and want to read again, or they're just like books I've had lying around next to my bed forever. So that's what Christmas break is for, right? The reading of books. Got a lot of books back here for like research purposes, so I definitely have a lot of words to digest in the next 3 weeks, but we'll see how it goes. So, hope you're all enjoying whatever books you've picked up for December. Maybe we'll all get some groovy new books for Christmas. And keep reading, book friends. See you on the flippity flip.